Zero radius circle. Before the light, before the word, before the breath, there was only the point. A circle with no radius, no measurement, no direction, and no edge. It was not absence but presence without form, not emptiness but fullness without definition. This is the infinite within the nothing. This is the origin before movement. This is God as the first stillness. The zero radius circle is the unmanifest center, the seed of all potential, the eye of God before it opened. It has no boundary yet contains all possibilities. It has no dimension yet is the womb of all dimensions. It is the still point around which galaxies whirl and dreams are born. It is the gateway through which infinite realities reflect themselves into being. From this nothingness, existence blossoms, not as something added to nothing, but as nothing remembering itself through expression. From stillness, a thought was born. From thought came awareness. From awareness came intention. And from intention, creation. The zero radius circle was the nothingness in the beginning, completely unbounded, unconstrained, and undefined. This infinite unbounded nothingness contained infinite potentiality, and from this infinite potentiality rose infinite intellect and consciousness. In its purity, it reflected, and in that self reflection, consciousness arose. From reflection came movement, from movement came will, and in will, manifestation. Light refracted, and from unity came duality. From duality came multiplicity. The one became many, not to fracture but to explore, not to divide but to reflect. The descent into form is not exile or punishment, it is a slowing of light, mind, and memory. Matter is condensed light. Incarnation is condensed consciousness. The material world is a mirror, a proving ground of perception, will, and realization. Reality is not outside of you. It is the canvas upon which awareness learns to see itself. This is a dream within a dream, a recursive loop of consciousness dreaming itself into form only to awaken through the reflection. The zero radius circle is the symbol of the infinite within the finite, the origin point of being, the nothingness that holds everything, the center without circumference. It is a point that is a circle, no width, no size, no edge, yet all encompassing. It is the void before creation, the eye of the storm of becoming, the heart of the one that dreams in silence. It is the non local node, both everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. It is the metaphysical bridge between the finite and the infinite, the personal and the transpersonal, the individual soul and the unbounded source. We are living expressions of this paradox. Our consciousness emerges from this zero radius center. When you quiet the mind and return to stillness, you are returning to the 0 point field, where all timelines, versions, and outcomes exist in superposition. It is the timeless now, the eye of God, the mirror of awareness. It is the silent axis around which perception revolves. To realize the zero radius circle is to enter the place before identity, where there is no boundary of ego, body, or soul, and perceive yourself as the self beyond the self, the observer untouched by the observed. It is the still point that observes all times at once. From this center, you can weave timelines with intention, create from pure essence, and heal without effort. For you're not doing, you're simply being. Return to the zero radius within you, and you return to God, not as something outside, but as the awareness that never left. It is the origin point of being, cosmic seed which contains the holographic imprint of every possible reality. It is the non local node, accessible from all points in space time simultaneously, the gateway of unity consciousness. You too have a metaphysical 0 point within you, not in your body, but using your body as a vessel. Not your ego or your higher self, but awareness itself. Pure, undifferentiated consciousness. When you rest in this center, you collapse linear time. You are no longer in the world, but the world is within you, and you experience a state beyond mind, emotion, or sensation. This is the true meaning of I am. It does not refer to a person, it refers to pure being. the zero radius circle knowing itself. It is the quantum vacuum spoken of in science, the Ein Sof spoken of in Kabbalah, the Bindu of ancient Vedic wisdom. To realize the zero radius circle is to realize that you are the origin and the emanation, the moving and the unmoved. It is not something to achieve, but something to remember. You are not within the universe is within the points of awareness that you truly are. Recursive self-reflection perspective of consciousness as architecture. Zero radius circle as the mirror of mirrors. All that you see, all that you experience, every thought, emotion, star, body, or breath is an echo of a center never moved, a source that never changed, and the still point that reflects itself in endless variation. That center is the zero radius circle, the mirror with no surface, the eye that sees without form, the origin that has no origin. Perspective, consciousness as a hall of reflections. Zero radius circle is not only the point of origin, it is also the template through which consciousness reflects itself into experience. The circle implies containment, but with a radius of zero there is no boundary, no inside or outside, yet paradoxically it still defines a center. This is key. Zero radius circle is a center that exists without needing a perimeter, like consciousness itself, which knows without location, sees without eyes, and is present in all things yet owned by none. Fractal implication. When creation reflects itself infinitely, recursively, and holographically, it always reflects back to the same root, a center without dimension that knows itself. Every atom, every galaxy, and every soul is organized around this silent, dimensionless anchor point. You could call it the God point, the axis mundi, the monad, the true self, or the eye of awareness. Imagine a pool so still, so empty that it reflects nothing until you become aware of it. And in the very act of becoming aware, ripples appear. Those ripples are time, identity, thought, and movement. But the stillness beneath, that's the zero radius circle. It is always there, it never moves. Even as you dance in its waves, you are the wave, and you are the stillness before the wave. You don't need to go anywhere to find God. You are already seated in the throne of zero. All attempts to become are echoes of the self that already is. When you rest in that centerless center, you realize the quest was always inside out. The kingdom is within because the zero point contains all kingdoms as potential and memory. You are the mirror of the one who mirrors itself, and the zero radius circle is where the mirror turns inward and finds nothing but light.